Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Technical Skills Expo 2021. I think we're up to our 8th annual year of Tech Skills Expo. My name is Nikki. I'm the Assistant Director for Recruitment and Outreach, and I will be your sort of host today, working you through the event. So please, just housekeeping, keep your mics on mute so that we don't have any feedback with the presenters and the videos and things like that. And also, if you have any questions, you can please post those in our chat space, or you can wait till the end and sort of ask us those questions. And when you get to your breakout rooms, you can talk to faculty as well. If you're following us on the Facebook live stream, please feel free to comment and ask any questions in our live stream there. And yeah, I hope to have awesome presentations for you all today to learn more about our technical programs. So again, we're going to do a welcome. Our videos and industry partners are going to speak. And then we are going to put you in breakout rooms so you can decide which programs you want to speak more with the faculty about. So I'm going to introduce our Vice Chancellor, Orlando Williams, is going to welcome you today.
Thank you, Nikki, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tech Skills Expo. As Nikki said, this is our 8th annual and hopefully more. We are celebrating 100 years of Delgado this year, so this is extra special to us. I hope that you enjoy the videos that we have prepared, the messages from our faculty and staff, and the fact that Delgado wants you. We want you to be a part of our family, a part of our next 100 years in the New Orleans region. We want to prepare you for meaningful jobs in the workforce. We want you to help decide the fate of New Orleans and how it's going to be designed, be it as a welder, as a cosmetologist, as a barber, as a machinist, as a carpenter. We want you, because Delgado is 100 years old, because we have been the base and the support of many careers in the city of New Orleans and the surrounding areas. So welcome to Tech Skills Expo, and I hope you enjoy what we have prepared for you today. Thank you, Nikki.
Awesome. Thanks, Orlando. So we are going to move right into our first presentation for our programs. And so we're kind of going to alternate between presentations and industry partners. So we'll do our first presentation. It's going to be the Automotive program. And then we're going to go to an industry partner and sort of back and forth from there. So let me share my screen so I can have these videos available for you. We have 2 videos here for the Automotive program case. This will be the first one. Should get sound here. And now I want to show a video of our Ford Asset program.
At the age of 45,
About that.
Hey, interested in pursuing a rewarding career in automotive service? Automotive service technicians, also known as automobile mechanics, inspect cars and trucks to make sure they are working correctly and repair what might be broken. Ford certified technicians go through specialized training that focuses on repairing Ford and Lincoln vehicles. This training is called Ford Service Technician Specialty Training, or STST for short. Many community colleges have partnered with Ford to offer the Ford Automotive Student Service Education Training, also known as Ford Asset. In this program, you can earn an associate's degree in automotive technology. You will also earn up to 100% of Ford Service Technician Specialty Training credentials. This degree program blends hands-on learning with classroom instruction. It is helpful to have basic math skills and be mechanically inclined, as well as an appreciation for customer service. In the Ford Asset program, you will earn certifications such as gasoline engine repair and performance, steering and suspension, electrical systems, climate control, manual transmission, automatic transmission, brake systems, diesel engine repair and performance, as well as new model training, which will give you up to 100% of Ford Service Technician Specialty Training credentials. Colleges and vocational schools offering our Ford Asset program will help you get sponsored by a Ford Lincoln dealership. It is helpful to put together a resume, portfolio, and program forms for sponsorship. When you complete your required hours at the dealership and earn your Ford Service Technician Specialty certifications, your dealership will likely hire you full-time and you can start your career in a Ford Lincoln dealership. In general, automotive service technicians earn a median pay of $39,550 according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. There are many opportunities for growth when working at a Ford Lincoln dealership using your hands-on skills starting as an entry technician. Ford offers additional training to be certified as a service technician, master technician, and even a senior master technician. In a dealership, you can also grow in other positions such as shop foreman, service manager, and even a general manager of the dealership. Consider your career path starting as a Ford Automotive Service Technician. To find an asset school near you, visit newfordtech.com.
All right, everyone. So that is a little bit about our automotive program. After we get through all of our presentations, Donald Davenport, who is over our automotive program, will be available to meet with you in our breakout room. So if any of y'all are interested further in our automotive programs, Ford Asset is just one of the programs that we have here at Delgado. We also work with GM and Chrysler and Audi, and Donald will tell you more about that when you get into your breakout rooms. Yeah, we're going to now move on to one of our industry partners, Mr. Gary. If you would like to unmute, we can highlight you.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me? On your end? Okay. Yeah, my name is Aaron. I'm the Director of Training for Premier Automotive. We have a total of 28 dealerships around the country, but more importantly, 5 of them are located here in the New Orleans market. We own a Nissan dealership, Toyota dealership, Honda dealership, Kia dealership, and a Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealership. And I just wanted a couple of comments regarding a career as an automotive technician. One of the reasons why I'd recommend this opportunity for a number of you students is stability. There's 2 things you're going to need in life. It's going to be a doctor and a technician for your car, unless you know how to work on cars. One of the other advantages to a career in, automotive technology is, student loans. I have 2 college grads, and they're still paying off some student loans. In addition to that, as a student apprentice, you can actually earn money with us while you're learning your trade. Another thing about an automotive technician is it's, a pathway for advancement. A technician is a licensed and regulated trade. Once you accomplish, the training and meet the goals, then you move up to the next position. Here in New Orleans at our dealerships, we do have apprentice technicians who are earning money while they're continuing to school. We have our line technicians, our master technicians, as was mentioned before, foremen running a small portion of the shop, all the way up to service management. Okay. One of the other side benefits is you're not going to have any automotive repairs. That's for sure if you know how to fix a automobile. As I mentioned earlier, we have 5 dealerships here in the city. We have a total of 85 stalls, bays, or lifts, whatever you prefer to call them. We currently have 75 technicians on staff. Some of them are specifically certified AC, diesel, and eventually it's pretty obvious that your electronic vehicles will be coming into play. And then we have approximately 20 master technicians, which is the biggest challenge. Those are the ones diagnosing problems with the car. Locally, this calendar year, 2021, January to October, these 5 dealerships have generated about $25 million in sales. Okay, compensation wise, our apprentices earn between $40,000. Again, while you're probably still in school, a line technician, $75,000 a year. A master tech, $60,000 to $100,000. A shop foreman, $80,000 to $100,000, and in excess of $100,000 as a service manager. Most of our technicians work on something that's called bid time, which may not be familiar to most people. But if a customer pulls into the service lane and they have a particular repair to be done, the book will tell us that repair takes 1 hour. Well, if you're good, okay, and you're fast and you finish that project, you finish that repair in 45 minutes, well, guess what? You get paid for the entire hour. There's not many people that can go out, spend 8 hours at work and maybe get paid for 10 or 11 hours while at work. And we have a need. This is my current job post up on Indeed, ZipRecruiter. You can look it up. Signing bonus, $100,000 plus income. We'll beat your current pay. We'll match, if you're coming to us after working for someone and you have a week or 2 weeks worth of vacation, we'll start you out at that. If you're from out of town and need a relocation assistance, we'll do that. Toolbox, if you need help moving your toolbox from where you're at to one of our dealerships, we'll help with that. I'll leave you with a quote from Thomas Edison, and that is, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great career opportunity for you. I hope to see you in one of our dealerships down the road sometime pretty soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gary. That was fantastic information. I saw a lot of comments popping up in the chat there. So people are definitely talking about what you're saying. So thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. All right. So again, we do have faculty that you'll be able to speak to in our breakout room if you are interested in hearing more about our programs here at Delgado in regards to any of our automotive programs we have. We do have another, I'm going to have another industry partner here. Josh Tatum from GNO Inc. Is with us today. So Josh, if you want to unmute.
Sure. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. So today I'm going to speak about, so first off, who we are is GNO Inc. We're the Regional Economic Development Organization. We represent the 10 parish region of Southeast Louisiana. And so just give you a quick background of what economic development is. We are the engine that helps business and industry here in the region grow, as well as attract new business here in the region. So I'm sure a lot of you might have heard of DXC Technology right downtown, the big building that's right beside the Superdome. Companies just don't get up and move. They're not saying, I really want to move to New Orleans tomorrow. There's reasons behind why business and industry move to certain regions. And so we are the driving engine here in the Southeast Louisiana that helps in that process. And we also work with local business and industries that have came here and started their business here, help them navigate ways to grow their business. And one of those areas that we help business and industry grow is through workforce development initiatives and partnerships that we have with our 2-year community college schools, as well as our nonprofit training partners here in the region. And we have a great partnership that I'd like to share with you today. While I'm really here, I'm not here to talk about economic development, but I'm here to talk about Mechatronics and our partnership with Delgado. And I'm sure everybody on the call has maybe wondering what in the world Mechatronics is, just like you're still wondering what economic development is. And so Mechatronics is a combination of disciplines from electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science, as well as PLCs, process logistic controls. And so with that, we have a partnership with Delgado Community College, North Shore Tech, Nunez Community College, and 3 of our employer partners here in the region, Zatarain's McCormick, Latrim Interlocks, as well as Elmer Chocolate. And these 3 companies have a desire and need to hire individuals that have this specialty training and discipline in mechatronics to allow them to become what they will be, receive the title as a mechatronics technician. So if you've ever seen the robotic arms in manufacturing facilities or on Amazon commercials where you see the robotic arms that are feeding packages, at the end of the day, people need to know how to work on those robots and need to know how those arms and process lines work. And so with that, the partnership between Delgado and the 2 schools, as well as our employer partners, we created an apprenticeship program that allows you to earn money while you're in training, as well as while you're on the job site. And so it's a 2-year program. It's a great way for you to earn while you learn. It's great to get a paycheck while you're in school, as well as while you're on the job site. And so this program does that and allows you to be a full-time employee with your respective employer partner. So what does that mean? You get full-time benefits, which means healthcare, 401k, all the bells and whistles that a full-time employee will receive. And so with that, I'd like to show a quick video. I think it does a better job of explaining the benefits that this program has for the region and for you and your career pathway. Let's see here. Right. Can everybody see my screen? I see. Yes.
You gotta share your sound, Josh.
Or 2-year universities to get training. And so it's an earn while you learn type of program where you could work at a Zatarain's or an Elmer's or a Latrim, and then you take time and go to a Nunez or a Delgado or a North Shore Community College, and the employer pays for the education and pays you to go and work at their company. So it's a win-win for everybody. What I love about this is that it's a true partnership. So G&O Inc. kind of sits in the middle, and we connect our excellent LCTCS schools with our employers who have a great need or a future need for trained workers. So we coordinate them, we help the company set up the curricula with our schools, and then we just let them go and make a match. The apprenticeship model, which has been proven around the world, is increasingly popular here in the States. And so I think apprenticeships are only going to grow, and we can actually be a leader here in Greater New Orleans. GNOU is a signature workforce program of GNO Inc., and it's based on one very simple but very powerful premise, and that is that the business is the customer. We found that if we treat the business as the customer, say to a business leader, what do you need in your future workers, and then start there, we end up having a triple win, because schools end up developing market-relevant curricula. The students graduate with exactly the skills that they need to get hired, and the employers get the workers they need to grow. We would love to have additional companies joining Mechatronics or just GNOU in general. And so if you want to join, you can reach out to us on gnoinc.org. Just go to our website at gnoinc.org and we'll set you up.
What makes our program successful in Mechatronics is that we've blended a unique relationship between GNO Inc., business and industry partners, and 3 community colleges to ensure innovation that supported an industry-recognized apprenticeship program in advanced manufacturing. As a result of that success, our colleges have secured a $1.9 million grant through the Louisiana Delta Regional Authority to bring this program to scale. And so as we expand the program with today's signing ceremony for our students. We look forward to bringing in additional trainings and technologies that will support this effort.
The apprentices will learn a variety of specialties, such as electronics, machining, electrical, and the like, blueprint reading. They learn an array of areas that will be beneficial to them now during the training, as well as in their future. It is anticipated that another round of applications will be conducted around the March 2021 timeframe. Individuals that are interested, of course, can visit the websites of the 3 community colleges. We will have information related to how and when to apply.
Okay, that was just a quick clip for you to see what is all entailed. So as you saw, there's a lot of machining, there's a lot of blueprint, a lot of computer science. So if you're interested and see that your skill set matches, you want to understand how things work and how things are operated and how robots are ran, this program is for you. It really provides a clear pathway. So as you saw on there, we have a big signing ceremony. So when you are applying to the program, you apply directly to one of the employer partners. We have a big signing ceremony, and then after 2 years, you graduate and you go and you enter into another job title. So it's a direct pathway for y'all. So hope you enjoyed. I think I'm up on my time, and Nikki, I'll hand it back over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Thank you so much for joining us today and presenting. All right. So just again, just a little bit of reminders for housekeeping. If you are having trouble hearing or seeing anything, you may just need to sign out and sign back in. I did post that in the chat too, because obviously if I'm saying it, you can't hear me or see me, that would be helpful. And then also please just keep yourself on mute so that there's no feedback with the presentations. Awesome. And yeah, keep chatting in the chat if you have any questions. I'll try and answer those as those come in. But I'm going to do our next. Let's see, I'm going to share our next presentation here on machining. Hopefully everyone can see the screen here.
Hi, my name is Alicia Reese. I'm the coordinator.
Oops.
Hi, my name is Alicia Reese. I'm the coordinator over the Precision Machining Department. We teach students how to run the CNCs, and we teach you how to run it manual. So for those who are unsure of what
All right, I'm not sure why this is blipping out, so let me try a different route of presenting this. Let's see if we can get that going. I do teach at Delgado. I did see a question come up in there. I don't teach in the technical division, but we do have faculty here from the technical division that y'all can talk to at the end in our breakout rooms. All right,
I'm the coordinator over the Precision Machining Department. Hi, my name is Alicia Reese. I'm the coordinator over the Precision Machining Department. We teach students how to run the CNCs, and we teach you how to run it manual. So for those who are unsure of what machinists do, if you have a car, you need an alternator in it, or rims for it, or an engine, we create those. For doctors, he use scalpels, we create those. For your computers, the chips inside, your cell phones inside, we create those. So that just gives you some sort of idea. Also, I wouldn't be able to sit in this chair without the nut and bolts. We make those also. So when you go into a store and you see hammers or drills, someone had to make it to put it there, and that's us. With automotives, or if you go to a company that produces manufacture parts, a big company like Latrim, if you go to a company that makes washer and dryers, they all use CNC or manual machines. So the manual machines we use are manual lathe and manual mills. And then your second semester, you learn the CNC side. So all those codes that you use in the CNC, you learned how to do it manual first. And we're only 2 semesters. Yes, only 2 semesters. We used to be 4. It's a high demand industry. We're hiring our students so fast. So we went down to 3 semesters, and then 3 semesters, same thing, industry were hiring the students so fast, we condensed it to 2 semesters. So yes, in only 2 semesters, 9 months, you can complete with us. We have a lot of industry partners that come in and they give students jobs in their first semester. Yes, so in their first semester, you can be employed working in a field. Industry who employ our students, we have Latrim, that's one of our big companies, Latrim Machine Shop. Companies that come in and they hire students while they're still in school at $15 an hour, anywhere between 14 and 16, but the average is about $15 an hour. And then we have some people who come from Shell and Exxon, and they tell us that their machinists make about $32 to $35 an hour. So in this career field, you'll get stock that'll come off at square. You'll have it square and you'll turn it round. So you'll turn it round, and these are some of the projects that you make from those. So you will put the chamfers on them, you will put points on them, you will put all different size threads on them on different steps. And this is another one that has multiple different size threads on it as well. So also you get that when you take your parts, you get to take them home with you. And we keep the form, so if industry comes in, we always tell them for you guys to show them your portfolio. We have a few companies that hire our students. We have some students already working at Hydrodon. We have some students who work at Economy Ironworks. I also mentioned that Latrim employs our students, and Pellerin Milnor, and Kenner, and HJM. Those are some of the companies that are hiring. I mean, your end goal in this is to get into a plant. You want to work in a plant. And it takes about 5 years to get into a plant. So to get in like Shell or Chevron. I know they are currently working on a apprenticeship program also, so that may expedite the process as well. And for our program also, there are no prerequisites to join in, so you don't have to take any Englishes or math prior to it. You just have to be 18, have a degree. They even have it in high schools where you can start the process. I know Hvac is one of them that you can get college credits, earn college credits while you're there. But with us, there's no prerequisites. You can come in. It's only 7 classes total that you would have to take. It's 4 in your first semester and 3 in your second. Our program is currently located only at the River City location here in Avondale. We have over $2 million worth of brand new equipment. It's state of the art, and we have machines like the CNC mill, the CNC lathe. We have 2 CNC lathes, we have 2 CNC mills, and we just got the brand new UMC 500 5-axis.
All right. Great. So that was our machining program. So we're just going to keep moving right along. The next one we're going to learn about is our HVAC program. And I know someone did ask in the chat what programs are being covered. So I am in the process of typing those back, but it is all technical programs that we're focusing on today. And again, those faculty will be available for in our breakout rooms after. So I will continue to type those in there. And here is our HVAC.
Welcome to Hvac Department. We teach heating, ventilation, air conditioning is what that acronym means. And sometimes they'll add an R onto the end of it for refrigeration. So this is our computer classroom. It's a networked computer classroom. We've got specialized programs, interactive programs on all the workstations that tie together that the students can use with multiple videos and interactive programs. And we've got our nice brand new touch board, okay, where we can interact with and draw on and write on with it. So this would be like, okay, this is our valve. And I can write the words just like that. So it's like the world's largest smartphone, so to speak. It's a touch screen. Okay, so I can even do with my finger draw. So that's pretty nice. And we can do all of our PowerPoints. We can show video on it and such, which is a great learning tool. We have multiple different learning tools and technologies in here that we have at our disposal. So this program takes you from day one. I mean, from ground up, from not really knowing anything about HVAC, and then we get to the 1-year certificate, at which point you've got all your basics in, and then after that, a lot of our students will get a day job, and then they start coming to our night classes, which is primarily in the 2nd year of the course of the 2-year diploma here, and then they're being introduced to the other options that they've got in their career, such as hydronics, which is chill water systems and boilers, and they could be introduced to things like building science and even, like I said, design. I mentioned a minute ago, we do a lot of our design course in here, which is sizing and properly knowing what to install in commercial, residential, even refrigeration. We have all the equipment that we need for everything that we teach in here. So we got walk-in freezer, walk-in cooler. We have a boiler, functioning steam boiler that we set up. We have a chiller, water-cooled chiller that we actually use sometimes to cool the shop in case if our regular system breaks down. We have a computer room conditioning system, just kind of pretty much everything, because in the coursework, they get exposed to all the different parts of this field that you can be in, that you can work in. So their first year, like I said, they learn the basics of what applies to everything. The second year is basically all intro courses, introduction to, for instance, heat pumps, introduction to commercial AC, introduction to commercial refrigeration and such. And then now they've got a good grasp of, okay, this is what I really like, I'm going to go in this direction or such. So the purpose of the second year is a lot of that. They have to take a business course in case if they decide they want to start their own business, startup, and all the other elective type courses that are mandatory, like safety training, first aid training, things like that as well. The great thing about this position in this department for me is that I know that I can place students in a job. The demand in the HVAC industry right now is just incredible because there's such a shortage of people out there to hire. So my students, when they have their 2-year degree here, their 2-year diploma, they can pretty much call their own shops. They can work in any part of those different areas I was speaking of, because there's jobs everywhere right now in this trade, because there's so many segments of it that are just looking for. In fact, we've just started, we're piloting an apprenticeship program to be part of this program as well. And that's going to help place them a little more directly, more accurately, let's say. They can be placed, I can place them anywhere, but I'd like them to be in the right spot. And so, say a lower end category of those different things I discussed might be 40 to 50,000 a year, okay, and that would be after maybe 1 year of experience. But it's not unheard of at all, especially if you're in the commercial end of this field, to be earning 80,000, and if you decide to take some of the really difficult positions like director for manufacturer, then you're in the 6 figures area, okay? And I've actually had, just over the last couple of years, 3 students hired directly by manufacturers that make equipment, which was unheard of in my day, that would even happen coming right out of school. So that gives you an idea of the demand.
All right, awesome. So that was our HVAC program, and we're going to keep moving along so we can be cognizant of everyone's time. And the next video that we're going to see is going to be our residential construction video.
The residential construction program, their expectations are actually lower than, right? Lower than meaning in industry, they see a lot of people who actually maybe miss institutional training. And so they tell me that they don't need to know 16ths or even 32nds of an inch, in measuring buildings, right? So when they come into my program and they start off in a classroom setting, that's the first thing that I give them, because it's sort of like the meat and potatoes of construction, where a student needs to understand that there are quarters, 16ths, 8ths, and 32nds, and yet they have to convert them because the calculator want them to convert it to a decimal of an inch or a decimal of a foot. So we kind of clear that up right away, kind of have students to get into that. Then one student has successfully mastered those things in the classroom, past every area, they'll come out in the shop and they'll start construction. But then there's a hoe to that construction. So now they have to cross over, connect those from the classroom theory to the hands-on application or practicals. So when they're in the shop, and we have miniature buildings that they'll start off with from the foundation all the way to the roofs, learning angles and degrees and percentages and things like that. So then at that point, they start having fun because they connect the hands-on or the theory, the classroom learning to the shop areas, right? So now I have students actually create a blueprint. Although that's one of my courses, that's the first thing advancing students should have to do, will do as a group. They will communicate with each other and drafting or creating this blueprint of a building they like, the structure they have to build. They have a lot of fun doing that too as well, but they keep the understanding of it is serious, it is a very, very good career choice, and they're having fun. You know, a lot of times students come in and then we're talking dimensional lumber, and I give them numbers in the classroom, and so it doesn't become so clear to them until we come in a shop. You know, everybody say that they learn a certain way, a different way. So as we're constructing the building, there's still the skeletal system. Then we go through the individual components such as the foundation, the floor framing, the wall and ceiling, even go as far as having students to do stucco work, concrete works. You know, we need the foundation. We need the footings, the slab. You know, usually students design their own buildings. So we may even have traditional New Orleans buildings where we have a raised or elevated portion where we have piers. And then the floor system come through and, you know, all the way up to the roof. Once that's finished or accomplished, then we have interior and exterior finished classes. So therefore, in interior, students will learn how to install insulation, hang drywall, tape, float, and finish drywall. We'll lay carpet, tile, install, you know, hardwood floors. And actually, I have students to make moldings, all of the trims, such as the casing, the baseboards, the crown molding, you know, and then windows. After that has been done, completed, we'll come on the outside basically and do all of the interior, exterior finishing trims, components, such as putting in the casing around the windows, putting on the siding or brick or block as a siding. We do vinyl, wood siding, then we'll go up to the roof and complete that by putting on shingles, you know, all of the felt, the drip edge. We're not done at that point. So then I'll always challenge students to know the differences between new construction, renovation and remodeling and repairs. So they are all different areas. So then my program is under residential construction. So I don't know if students will be working for a company that's solely new construction, or my first job, for example, was remodeling and repair. And I was sort of lost. So then now I come in and teach that. So student success is even higher by understanding the differences between the two. The job possibilities are, basically my program is under residential construction, but I have included some programs or courses in my program that want students to, once they've finished, they can go work for commercial construction companies, such as Cajun Construction, you know, Bow Brothers. You see them working on roads and bridges, things of that nature. Not only residential, where they do framing, interior and exterior, finish and trim. Some of the salaries, you know, students can start base salaries maybe at $17 to $25 an hour. It depends on their success here with me at the college. And you know, some students may have some training before they actually enter in my program. So that number could potentially be around $37,000, $40,000 a year. And then they can grow from that, part. But I always also have students who prepare themselves in case they want to become the owner of their company, right? To take the contractor's exam and successfully pass that, open their own company. And so I have a course called Project Management. This also is another area that students can go into, not just fabricating a building or constructing. And then they are aware of, on a job, they can read. Not everybody on every job reads or interprets blueprint. So my students are able to do that by having or taking the course, then coming out and creating their own blueprints and going forward. That means that their salary will be increased. They've made themselves valuable, an asset to the whatever company they go to work for, whether residential or commercial construction. So for more information, you can contact me. My name is Kenneth Williams, KWILLI1@dcc.edu. My phone number here is 504-671-6718. And I hope to see you guys soon to join my program. Thank you.
All right, and if you didn't get that information, it's okay. Kenneth is here with us today, so we can, if you are interested in the residential construction program, you can join Kenneth in a breakout room after we finish up. I'll also post all of the faculty's contacts here in the chat so that y'all have them. But again, you'll be able to join them in the breakout room. We just have 3 more left that we're going to go through before we get to our breakout room. So our next one is going to be our electrical program.
Hello, my name is Rondell Jones. I'm an electrical instructor here at Delgado Community College, Jefferson campus. I teach basic and residential program here. When students first enter, we will start in the classrooms and we go over how electricity is produced, what is electricity, the safety aspects of it, wearing the proper PPE. And after I get them settled down and we introduce themselves, I introduce myself to them and they introduce themselves. And I get them settled down, get all the nervousness out of them, the fear, and I know they're scared because I sat in those same seats they sat in. I'm also a Delgado graduate. Tell them that the world is open to them in this program, in this field. I've traveled the world thanks to Delgado. I've been to Africa, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Doha, Qatar, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, and so forth. So the world is open to this, and the future is great. It's a bright career. It pays well. Once you finish this course, you won't regret it. The whole course takes about 18 months to complete. There's basic, there's residential, there's commercial, there's small industrial. And like I said, it takes about 18 to 24 months. First start off, we do some classwork. We talk about ohms law and how electricity is produced, like I said before. Then I bring them back to the basic lab where we are now, and I would introduce them to the different types of devices, switches, smoke detectors, doorbells, the whole works. Everything you have in the home, we can produce here, as far as electricity-wise. We have them run circuits. I explain to them what circuits are, and then we go past that into the residential side. After we leave the basic, we go to residential on a broader spectrum. We have boards over here that has everything on it that a household will have. Now, it is a demanding field. Everyone needs the electricity. Everyone, the whole world runs on electricity. You won't regret this field. It takes some dedication and commitment, but like I said, it's well worth it. And it's a great opportunity, a great career, and you have a really, really bright future in this field. There's a variety of companies you can work for, Energy, electrical contractors. The field is open. The starting pay is somewhere around $15 an hour. Could be more. With more experience, the more pay you get. I have students this morning who are contacting me and told me they just accepted another position at another company. They was making $18 an hour, and now they went up to $25 an hour working for another company. It depends on your experience and also the time you have on the job. And it also counts, and it all is intertwined with the pay. It's a rewarding career. I don't know how many times I can say that. It's a very, very rewarding career. So please don't wait 2 years down the road, but 2 years down the road you can finish the course. It's residential. Residential is house wiring. installed everything in the house, we could do it back here. Commercials, bending conduit, working for big stores, inside of big stores, and industrial, it's more like machinery, factories, you do small industrial. All right, in our basic course, this is what our students will be performing. They would come in, after I introduce them to different types of devices, for instance, GFI, duplex, three-way switches, and breakers, and a panel box. They would come in here and actually install the wiring, hook up the devices, put in the breakers, make sure everything is done safely, and it will be operational. Turn the breaker on, flip the switch, and the light comes on. This is a three-way or four-way setup we have here. It works in 3 different locations. And our students, once they see this and see that they can do it, their confidence grows. That's when I know they're really, really interested, and they will be moving on to residential once they leave the basic course. Now, our residential course is done on a big, broader spectrum. Our boards are much bigger. They come in and they strip the complete boards out of everything, take everything out, start installing the wiring, hooking up the breakers, running the circuits, and that also is functional when they get through. We'll plug plug the power into that board, turn the breakers on, and everything on that board will be functional, same as it would be in your household. Everything you have in the household, we can reproduce right here on this board at Delgado. It's a great future, guys, and you will not be sorry once you get into this field. If you're ready to make your future a lot brighter, come see us here at Delgado. I promise you, you won't regret it.
All right. I know some people are mentioning that they can't hear. You may, of course, I'm telling it, but I'll also type it here in the chat, seeing as if I'm talking, you can't hear me. You may have to sign out and sign back in. I believe everything is running, well, it sounds like it's running smoothly on this side. So we're going to move on to welding and then cosmetology and barbering, and then we're going to put you in your breakout rooms. So let me share screen one more time.
Chair of the welding program here at Delgado Community College. Let me tell you a little about the welding program. It takes about 2 years to earn all 3 certificates. We have flux core welding, TIG welding, MIG, and stick welding. There are many job offers here in the New Orleans area, and some of the companies are Textron, Bollinger, Pellerin and Milner, just to name a few. Now the pay is very, very good. You can start anywhere from $18 an hour to about $60 an hour, depending on which job you take. Now, if you don't want to work locally, you can also get the job national or international. That's a strong, strong pull for welders in this country and throughout the world. When you start the program, we start you off with basic, flux core, MIG, and TIG. We start you off as flat, vertical, and overhead. And after that, you go to V-groove. The same, flat, vertical, and overhead, and horizontal. And then you move on to the pipe welding, which is more difficult. Now, pipe welding, it takes a little longer. We have 2G, 5G, and 6G welding. And once you learn that, you can practically get a job anywhere in this country. Now, we have some of the best welding machines that's in the business right now. And we like to train our students on the best, so when they go out in the field, you're already familiar with everything they have to offer, and when you get ready to take the welding test, it won't be as difficult. So, but one problem we do have with students getting nervous. We teach you not to get nervous when you go out to take a test. Now, we have guys and girls in the welding shop, and sometimes the girls outdo the guys in the shop. I don't know for what reason, but I've been teaching for about 23 years now, and we have about 10 females that actually became a first-class welder just from taking the test. They outdid our guys for some reason. They have to explain that to me, because I don't know why. But we also not only teach you in the shop, we also teach you in the classroom. Many companies now not only just want a welder, they want a smart welder, the welder that know a little about the program itself. They want to know why and what make welding operate as well as it does. So that's why it's very important to not only work in the shop, but the classroom as well. Now, welders build ships, they build jet planes, rockets, trains, automobiles, anything that you name that has a little welding in it. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for welding, we probably won't be in this building here, because welding also helped build buildings and everything else. So I would say welding is a great program if you're interested. And we have some of the best instructors here on site. I'm not the only instructor here. We have 3 more guys here that actually help me. So if you are interested in getting a good career started, I would suggest try welding. It can go a long ways in planning your future. Thank you.
All right, so one last video, cosmetology and barbering. I know it may feel a bit laggy. Again, the internet sort of is what it is. I know it's a tough thing sometimes when it comes to having these events virtually. But again, you can ask any questions you have of the faculty when you get into the breakout rooms. We are recording, we are live streaming it to Facebook, and it'll be available on our YouTube page tomorrow. So if you did miss anything, I will be sending out that link to everyone. And so I do encourage y'all to sort of view the video too if you missed anything, and again, get your questions answered. So I do apologize for any lagging, but we are at the whims of what the internet is. So we'll get our last video started. If y'all want to start posting in the chat the programs that you're interested in, I can be ready to start moving you into breakout rooms once this video has finished up.
Hello, my name is Larecia Jones, and I am the department chair of the Cosmetology and Barbering Department. This morning you will get to have an opportunity to see some of the things that go on in our department. I would love for you to be a part of our program here at Delgado. You'll have a wonderful experience, and I look forward to meeting you very soon.
Good morning, my name is Blair Conley. I'm the lead barber instructor at Delgado Community College here at Sydney College. Provide the students with practical and theory necessary to pass the Louisiana Board of Barbers licensure. This is an 18-month course, is a 3 full semesters and 1 summer semester. We offer different classes to make money in this business. One class we offer is hair coloring. Hair coloring is a money maker. Another class we offer is the facial class. Facial class is another money maker. Hair cutting is a money maker. So the majority of the classes in this field are all money making classes. So we give you the right skills and knowledge to pass your state board and to be a professional. In this business, you can make $500 to $5,000 a week. That's solely on you and how much you apply your skills you learned in this field. Delgado is a clock hour program. Upon completing this program, you have to reach 1,500 hours. And in the 1,500 hours, you will learn all the necessary skills you will need to pass the license board of barbers examiners. When you start these classes, your freshman classes will be an introduction to barbering and sanitation, barbershop, and the science of barbering. Next, you will go into your facial and chemical services class. Upon completing those classes, your last set of classes will be your hair cutting classes, your hair coloring classes, and your completion will be your state board review class. And these students here are in the state board review class. As you can see, they work on the mannequin. We don't just cut hair, we cut hair and do hair. So part of the requirement for state board is to actually do the hair on the mannequin. So we actually work on the mannequin. We do all the practice on the mannequin, like the coloring of the mannequin, and we practice doing the different facial techniques, facial manipulations and stuff like that on the mannequin. We practice shaving with the razor, all that on a mannequin. I have graduates that left Delgado, sitting in these same chairs right here. And he told me himself, he makes $700 a day. I have students, I have graduates that graduated that have their own barbershops, their own salons. I have a graduate that have two barbershops, one on the East Bank and one on the West Bank. So there's plenty of opportunity when you come to Delgado. Thank you.
All right, so that was our final video for our programs. Thank you all for posting your programs in the side here. So please continue to do that.